and welcome back to Hoovy Espresso, and after a sort of short break I am back now with another unboxing. First one for, well, not quite a while. I mean, it's been a Yeti themed few videos, hasn't it? Because we had the unboxing of this set, the Abominable Snowman set, which obviously came with the fur coat second Doctor. I bought the Abominable Snowman Target book. That's going to be a collection update soon. And of course, I've now got this, the Doctor Who, the Web of Fear Special Edition. And now, this is one of the favourite of mine, actually. I remember when they were all found, these episodes were found in 2013. I remember it was one of the few DVDs I bought fairly new, because I'd always been intrigued by the Yeti, hence why the Yeti is one of the few customs I've made as well. I love the furry design of them. And I've been looking forward to this release, and when I heard that it was happening, I was like, oh, a Web of Fear Special Edition. They're finally animating that missing episode, as well as a load of new special features. I'm not going to dwell too much on the animation, because I think it's getting far too much negativity, to be honest, but it is not great. That's all I will say about it. Other than that, it's great to have another episode finally animated. I just hope that they don't necessarily use this animation style. At least, if they do use this animation style, I think they need to perfect it a bit more. But, I mean, trial and error, this could just be a trial run, to their credit. We'll have to see what happens in future. I definitely think that if they do it, it's more than likely that it'll be for, like, the Abominable Snowmen, because then they've got the Yeti, like, models, haven't they? So they can reuse them. Even if they would be inaccurate, I guess, because of the eyes and stuff. But I suspect, this being the BBC, that might be how it goes. But anyway, let's get it out of the cellophane and on to the unboxing. Taking it out the cellophane, we can see that it's got a nice cardboard J card with the Doctor Who, the Web of Fear Special Edition logo on it. This is probably my favourite of the logos that they've done so far for any of these steelbooks. I usually find them quite annoying, particularly the faceless ones. Logo, I didn't really like that one. I thought it looked really jarring on the spine of the steelbook. As you can see on the spine of this one, it looks really nice. I'm quite happy with that. I think that's great. You've got the PG logo. You've got the BBC logo, which is all reciprocated on the sides. And then on the back, you've got the back of the steelbook cover, as well as a bio on the story and the list of surviving episodes and telling you about the animation a bit. And then a list of what it includes, and it includes a fair amount. It includes all 5 existing episodes. The animated episode is presented in black and white and colour. There's audio commentaries, there's a telesnap reconstruction, which I will probably watch the animation once and then probably just stick to the telesnap reconstruction, to be honest. But, I mean, my mind might be completely changed when I watch it, you never know. Got documentaries, photo gallery, the making of the animation, which will be quite interesting, I'm sure. And a Missing Years documentary, which I don't think I've seen, so I'm looking forward to watching that as well. Let's take it out of the J card and look a closer look at the steelbook artwork. It's taking a look at the steelbook itself. It's very clear that it's mimicking the same design on all of these steelbooks, with the TARDIS front and centre. It's going to be the same on the Evil of the Daleks one. I'll get the other steelbooks out and show them to you later together at the same time, because there's only 4 of them, so I can just about manage the shelf. You got some Yeti coming down a tube tunnel. I quite like this design. I was umming and ahhing about this design for a while, but it's actually been my phone background for a while now, so I've warmed to it a lot more. But I remember that initial feeling when I saw it. I just think that's a bit disappointing compared to, I think it was more because of the artwork of the standard edition looks so good, and in the end, because I wasn't going to buy this unless it was on Steelbook, because I really only owned the story on DVD, and I was a bit iffy about the animation. But I mean, it comes with a little slip with the artwork on anyway, so I just decided, well, it's going to be nice artwork either way, and I like having the Steelbook, and I think I'd regret it if I didn't get the Steelbook. But yeah, we got some web, because there'd be a gap in my collection. And there's some web design there, which sort of nicely reflects in the light. And you got another bit of web design there. You got the train track there with the TARDIS on it. Sort of very shadowy and ominous, and the strange light coming from down the tunnel, which could be anything. I think it's probably that sort of foam thing is what comes to mind. And then we got a hand. I'm not actually sure what this is supposed to be. Is it supposed to be that soldier guy's possessed at the end, or is it supposed to be a Yeti? I genuinely can't tell. I just don't know. It's just a hand holding a gun. I mean, maybe I'm just not familiar enough with the story. I don't know. I have seen it a few times. And then, of course, if you open it up, you've got the full Steelbook design there as well, and the full artwork. So, yeah, that is the basic artwork for the Steelbook. If I just go fetch some of the other Steelbooks and we can have a look at them together. So yeah, moving back a bit, you can see that they've kept the same basic design on all of these. I don't own the Power of the Daleks Steelbook or indeed the Shada one, so these are the only classic ones I have. So obviously for me there isn't any sort of strange and sort of anomalies. So for all of these classic Steelbooks, you've got that similarly designed TARDIS on each of them, except for this one, which one looks like it's been done by different artists. But these three certainly look like they've probably been done by the same artist, at least these two. I could maybe see that one maybe being done by different artists, but again, art styles develop and change, so it could very well be the same artist for all of them for all I know. But yeah, nice unity between all of them, much like the new series Steelbook, so it's nice to have that for the classic series Steelbooks as well. As I said before, we get a little booklet in this, which has actually been put on the inside for once, which is an interesting change. I've noticed there's only two discs? Two discs, which usually when they do animations there's usually more than one disc. Two discs is like three, but anyway, that's not the point. I mean, maybe it is the point, I don't know. Either way, we got the lovely artwork, and I remember when Lee Binding announced this, he sort of snuck it onto his Twitter by showing a bit of a picture of a folder with the Web of Fear under it, and I immediately assumed he would be doing the Steelbook, but no, he's done the standard edition artwork, and obviously the artwork for this leaflet, which is incredible. Honestly, it is. I think the only thing I can maybe think of is the face looks a bit off, and my friend pointed it out to me, but I think it's fine. I love the Yeti. It looks gorgeous. I love the Yeti design. I just want to give it a big hug, even if it would tear me apart. I just love it. It looks adorable. And it's just one of those things. It's furry and it has big eyes, and I just love it. But yeah, anyway, we have the claws reaching out for Patrick Troughton, who's holding one of the Yeti control devices in the tunnel. It just looks absolutely stunning. On the back, you've got information about the air dates, the viewing figures for the show at the time, and you've got stuff about cast and credits and stuff, as well as if you open it up, you've got a couple of stills from the animation. And anyway, but yeah, got some pictures from the actual episode as well, and the episodes themselves have been restored into HD. I do remember when the first clip of the animation was being released, they said first look at classic Doctor Who in colour, and I immediately assumed that they colorised this as well, and I was really hyped. And then I got there and it was a shot of the animation, and I was like, okay, so that was a bit mean. But yeah, anyway, that's the booklet. Lots of great behind the scenes secrets and disc content there. I love how the booklets have evolved from just being like a little sheet of paper. Well, maybe not so much in the new series, but certainly in the classic series they've evolved from being a little sheet of paper, and now you get a little booklet, so that's nice. Taking a look inside, we have the discs themselves, which of course also have the artwork from the standard edition with that lovely logo printed on it as well. I love these. I love it so much. I don't even mind that they've used the same artwork for the discs, because I just love it so much. It's just worth it. I mean, it's interesting because usually the pattern is that the standard edition's artwork doesn't look as great as the Steelbooks, but in this case it was in reverse. I think that was why I was immediately taken aback by the Steelbook's artwork compared to the normally when I just go, oh well, I'm going to order the Steelbook because it's a new animation and so on. But yeah, it is one of my favourite stories. I feel like I've said this before, but yeah, so that was another reason why I wanted to get it. But yeah, let's have a look at the artwork behind the discs. So, behind the discs, you can see we've got this lovely shot from the trailer, actually. The teaser trailer they released well over a year ago now, actually. Well, no, it might not have been over a year. About a year ago, more give or take a few months. But it's a lovely shot of that teaser trailer with the sort of... Is that a lens? Is that a flare? I don't know, some sort of green dots. And you've got the ominous image of the Yeti in the background, because they didn't show us what the Yeti looked like. They're probably right not to be honest. But again, yeah, I am really trying to avoid talking about it because I do love the Web of Fear, and I'm so glad that we got a special edition, but I cannot hide the fact that I didn't think the animation animation was great. But yeah, it does look nice on. I think from what I've seen, the one thing that is consistent is that I think the backgrounds look incredible. Like this train station looks really great. And I feel like the backgrounds have always been consistently getting better and better, and the character design hasn't necessarily. But I mean, I'm just glad that we've got any of them animated at all, to be honest. I'm sure I will enjoy watching it as an actual animation for once. But yeah, I just think that maybe if they work on it a bit, maybe, I guess the reason why I'm not so angry about it with this one is that I think that it could potentially, it shows potential for future releases that could do it better. If this does well, they might put more money into future releases, which might give it a bit of a better look, I guess. So I don't know, I mean, we'll have to wait and see. I mean, if they do the Abominable Snowman, I really hope they have made improvements, because I genuinely do not know if I could watch it like that for that long. But I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Either way, that's the Steelbook for now. Let's wrap up and give you my final thoughts on this release. So, overall, what are my thoughts on the Web of Steel Steelbook? As a Steelbook, I think it's great. I think it's just as nice as some of the other ones. In fact, actually, I think it's one of the better ones of the more recent ones. I think this is probably my second favourite of the classic ones. I think only topped by the Macroterra one. I really like that design with the claws and everything, but I do quite like the Fury of the Deep one. I remember when the Fury of the Deep one was announced, I didn't really like it that much, and then the more I saw it, the more I liked it. So to finally have it in hands, it does look incredible in hands, so it's nice to have it and be able to look at it in person before, like, maybe completely dismissing it overall. I do think the artwork on the standard edition was better. If it hadn't been for the fact that this was for the Web of Fear, I would probably have not bought it at all, because I already own it and I know it's going to end up on Blu-ray eventually, but the fact they did a Steelbook is the reason why I bought it. So as a Steelbook, I am glad I bought it, and I'm glad we got the little artwork as well. I love the Lee Bindings art, it's just incredible. Do I think it's worth the cost? I mean, unless you're really, again, as I've outlined, my reason for buying this was that it was a Steelbook and I started collecting them, and I think they're going to become a lot less frequent now that they're basically done on the new series ones. So I do think if you're a Steelbook collector, this is a great thing to pick up. Would I necessarily recommend this to someone who sort of just wants to buy a classic Doctor Who DVD? I mean, if you just want to watch the Web of Fear and you don't care about all the special features and you think the animation is horrific, I'd just buy the standard edition secondhand, to be honest. But either way, it looks nice, and it's a nice little collectible, even if you don't care about any of that. But yeah, so overall, I think it's fairly good, I guess. I'd be nice on it. But yeah, so that's my overall thoughts on the Web of Fear Steelbook. Let me know your thoughts on the Web of Fear. It's personally, as I mentioned, one of my favourites. I just love those Yetis, as I keep saying. They're just adorable. I just want to hug one. I want one in my life. But yeah, that's basically it. So thanks for watching, and goodbye.